Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am just about to get started. Like I said, this makes things a lot easier for me, so I don't have to go through editing out my ramblings at the beginning of the video later. So, anywho, welcome to Demon Souls Live on PC with the enhancements via the RPCS3 emulator and the work that they've been able to do on this emulator has been amazing. I am extremely excited that they've actually managed to pull off this game and not only make it work so well, but look so freaking good. Like, so far I've played a decent chunk of the beginning, and it looks absolutely fantastic for just the filters and little graphical enhancements you can add through emulators. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and get started. And it looks like everybody disappeared on me. Where did everybody go? Yeah, he said I left you a like. I appreciate that. This is a different video, of course. Hopefully, you guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. This is a different video because that was just a pre-stream. So, anyway, we're about to get started now. It's time for Demon Souls, and let's see. Let's do this. I am, of course, going to be starting a new character. Let's see here. Okay, we're good. Sweet. I hope Tony comes back too, but hope we get a decent audience for this one. Because, like I said, not even for me, Demon Souls, man. Let's get Demon Souls an audience. It's a great intro. I'll just let this play. All right, kids, let's do this. Oh man, I love this game. Yeah. Man, I got these new headphones, and man, they are really good, really loud, and I'm not used to having to turn down the volume quite so much, but man, these things are great. And they do support surround, so that also helps. But um, like I said, I'm not used to having really, really good headphones, so um, okay, we're gonna start a new. Wait, I selected load. Yeah, new game. Okay. Let's see. Uh, I'll just go with my usual, I guess. Oh, that's right. Accept. Okay. Yeah, mail. Okay. Class. Wait, soldier knight. Okay, nice. Wow, the knight's actually balanced pretty damn well. Even has enough intelligence and magic and faith to cast basic miracles and spells. Let's see. I usually go with what do I usually go with? Yeah, wanderer. It's level 6, so level 9. It's too low in dexterity. That's too low a strength and a very crappy weapon. Royalty, huh? I like the fact he has a thrusting sword right from the start, and I like everything except for how low the vitality is at the start. It's only 1 point down, though, I guess, from my, or was it 8 or was it 9? I don't remember. I'll check again. Let me see. What was it? Royalty? Royalty, yeah. Oh, it was 2 points down. And 8 endurance, 9 strength. What's the, Yeah, you know, for me, that's the best all-around starting setup, I think. Let's see. West, east, south, north. Okay, I'll just stay with west. Huh. Young. I'm a youngin'. make him a little bit more ambiguous. We are living in the social justice area. We wouldn't want to excuse me. We wouldn't want to offend anybody out there. I love that haircut, by the way. The Lloyd Christmas haircut. Let's see what we got. I think I went with this for my first playthrough of this game, so not that one. I do like just regular ponytails. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with this regular ponytail. We'll make him be all freaking gray-haired, but he's young, so he's like freaking one of those hardcore badasses, Sephiroth style. Okay, there we go. That is. I don't spend a ton of time on this stuff. I just go through the very important stuff. I'm gonna make things a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Okay, now, forehead's fine. Now this is where we go. I like dense eyebrows. A man's eyebrows. By the way, if anybody... Man, what happened? I guess everybody left again. Everybody watched my intro and nobody stuck around for the gameplay. I hope they realize I'm still streaming after I get done with my character. Which, admittedly, yeah, this part's boring, so I don't really care. But, okay. In fact, I should probably just hurry up because yeah. This one, however, is up a little bit. That's good. That's fine. No, no, other way. There we go. There we go. Okay. Man, I forgot. When I made my other character just to test the game out, I didn't really go through, Oh, you're still here. I'm showing 0 viewers. I wonder why. It's weird. I have to refresh that, I guess. Or maybe it's because I'm watching it from my Streamlabs OBS recorder. And it might be because it's running in the background, and technically this is running in the foreground, so, but, oh well, that's fine. Oh, here we go. I can do it like this. I just gotta do that. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Nose is fine. Tip height, maybe up a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. We don't like as wide cheekbones. There we go. And more towards the center. There we go. Dead middle for happy or sad. You don't want him to be happy or sad. It depends on what's going on in game. I don't want him to be happy while he's getting his ass kicked, or sad while he's owning the boss. So we'll keep it like that. Yeah, that was all I needed to do. Refresh chat. I guess we're good. Okay. Let's see here. That's good enough. That's fine. And definitely thinner. There we go. That looks. And jaw. I'm sorry I'm taking so long with this. I need to hurry up. Chin protrusion. Nothing's worse to me than a man with a weak chin, but it also isn't too great when you got like an ass chin either. A big freaking chin that looks like a second nose. It's mirror reflection of you going down and up and I'm not making any sense now. Okay, I'll just shut up and make my character. Okay, protrusion, chin depth. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're close. Okay. Chin height. The height's good. Width. I like it narrow. There we go. And hair color again. I'm happy with my hair color. So. Okay. I think we're good. All right, here we go.
King Alant XII, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valarfax of the royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Alant had aroused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls also lose their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valarfax spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force, and the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors were drawn to the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Sage Urbane, Skurver the Wanderer, the Sixth Saint Astraea and her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands, near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna go ahead and do. Oh,
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you. So that you may lull the old one back to slumber.
okay. So what I was gonna say is, while I'm doing the tutorial, I'm going to do. I'm not gonna make this a. What would you call it? A formal lore through, I guess, is the best way to put it. But I am going to discuss the story because I do kind of want to make this a sort of lore through because I love talking about the story of this game, and I think that once again, if you're here watching this and you've never played Demon Souls and think you might be interested, this just might interest you, or you just might want to watch this playthrough, you know, who knows. But regardless, my my analysis is going to be sort of telling at this point what you would know based on the instruction manual that came with the game and early game text and box dialogue, things like that. So, from the very, very, very beginning of the game, the intro cutscene to the title screen, you see a statement that says, "On the first day, God created man, and granted him a soul. With the soul, he gained clarity and the ability to perceive the world around him. But on the second day, as if suddenly regretting the decision, the creator placed a great soul-devouring demon upon the earth that they call the Poison. This is essentially what we know as... Whoa, you son of a bitch. Backstab your ass. This is basically what we know as the Old One. The very first demon. Man, last time I played this, I couldn't get a backstab to save my life for this intro. Now I'm fucking nailing them. Left and right. I'll do a heavy attack to avoid it. Anyway, okay, so this soul-devouring demon, the Old One that was created after man, and after man had been given a soul, was sort of placed there as a safety measure to keep mankind's hubris in check, to make sure they never went astray. But through tapping into the power of the soul and developing abilities which became known as soul arts, which is essentially types of magic and ways to acquire insight. Whoops. Through that, mankind began to prosper and expand their civilization, and sort of creating this gigantic world for them and only them, essentially, it seems like, where despite the benevolent ruler, seems as if they took for granted the power of the soul arts and began to abuse them. So, the Old One released the gray fog onto the earth, which was, oh, this guy's already here. And through the gray fog, the demons appeared. And now this event is what's known as the first scourge. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's something like at least 50%, it might have been 70% of the entire human population was wiped out during the first scourge, meaning the demons that were released through the gray fog, they all essentially killed men, took their souls. Ooh. Oh yeah, Perry riposte. I can get it. Sweet. So anyway, I'm sorry. It's hard to talk and play this game at the same time. So during the first scourge, the demons swept through the land, conquered most of the earth. But this kingdom, Volataria, was managing to survive, and at the 0 hour when it seemed like everything was lost, a plan was created to essentially lull the Old One back to sleep by using a group of essentially highly enlightened individuals called monumentals who would forever be trapped within this nexus, which we'll be seeing very soon, where they would watch over a seal placed on the Great One, which is held deep beneath the earth, and they would swear to, mankind would swear to abandon research on the soul arts and never use them again, in pursuit of other types of knowledge. So, ages pass, and then, shortly before the events of this game, the king that has just taken the throne, King Allant the 12th, I think, or the 13th? Can't remember if it's the 12th or 13th. King Allant discovers the soul arts. Now, these had been, at this point, lost for ages and were forbidden. But he discovers them. He is tempted by the power that they hold. That's why I wasn't backstabbing last time. Now I'm missing them all the time. He's tempted by all this power that is... all this limitless potential that he can see in the soul arts. And essentially, he researches it, and creates Boletaria into the thriving paradise it once was just before the first scourge. Oh, here we go. This part sucks. So this guy I don't think I've ever actually beat this guy at the beginning. Yeah, that's why, because one shot is dead. And his swings are so slow, it's like... It's alright, though. He's kind of like the werewolf in Bloodborne. You're basically supposed to die to him. If you beat him, there's a doorway, and you get immediately killed by what's in there. I'll just leave it at that.
Withdrawn from its vessel.
Shut up now for a second.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not exit the Nexus, with each of the 5 outstones be connected.
That must have been a sound glitch, unfortunately, but... Oh, well. So, this is the Nexus. And this is essentially what you're looking at right now is the prison for the old one. So King Allant has created made Boletaria into a kingdom that is prospering. They are rediscovering the soul arts. They're using them in their daily practices. It's becoming common again. But King Allant is not satisfied. He wants more. And it's not specified how, but somehow he discovers the Nexus. And the trove of knowledge that lies here about the soul arts, about the old world, and about the monumentals, about the old one. And shortly after that, after absorbing all of the knowledge in the Nexus, the gray fog starts to sweep across the world again. And this prompts what becomes essentially the second scourge, which is what is basically happening during this game. Now, this time, all of the world is... most of the world is already in ruins. Boletaria is this one great kingdom that's still thriving. But King Allant's greed and arrogance almost seems to make him feel like it doesn't matter. You don't really understand the motive at this point. Why? He seemed like, and all references in the descriptions point to him as being this benevolent ruler up until this point. So why would he suddenly do something that put the lives of not just his kingdom, but the entire world at jeopardy? That's what you have to find out by going through the land. But at this point, demons have pretty much overrun the land. And all of the kingdoms are pretty much on the brink at this point. So the few remaining warriors left in the world are all drawn to Boletaria, find themselves venturing through the fog, trying to claim the power of the demon souls that lie within. Because if the legends are true, they have a lot to gain from them.
My name's Baldwin, just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living, and with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, huh?
Well, I will repair my weapons, but I don't think I can really buy anything I need at this point. Yeah, no.
Do come back alive. I need your business.
Now, the other part of what's going on is the Archstones were the 6, I think it was originally, and one of the Archstones is destroyed. The 5 corners of the kingdom, where you are going to search out the most powerful of demon souls and attempt to use them to bring the old one back to slumber and seal him away once again. But of course, just like all the other Souls and Soulsborne games, there's multiple endings and there's different ways you can handle the situation. But we'll leave that as it stands for now.
Stockpiled time. When the scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here, in the Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
Well, I definitely don't have any
Best
yet.
of luck to you.
But anyway, yeah. So we are going to go hunting for some demons.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the Archstones. Now, go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria.
So, this is the only Archstone you can access at this point. Right straight to Boletaria Palace. And like I said, man, I gotta admit, the just with some anti-aliasing and some anisotropic filters put over the top of this game looks a hell of a lot better, aside from that effect. Now, there's supposed to be a mod that fixes this, but I found it and I couldn't get it to work. I'm gonna have to give it another shot, so. Ah, cool. Hopefully he shows up and sticks around. That'd be good. And also, as you can kind of tell, if you're a fan of any of the games in the series, it's almost like a combination of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, where the Nexus is almost like the hunter's dream, and the demons that take your souls are almost like, you know, the curse of the undead. There are definitely a lot of similarities there, but rest assured, the story is standalone, and it was an excellent springboard for From Software to launch a ton of different ideas off of. But I've also said that it is the game that does hold, in my opinion, probably next to Bloodborne, the most potential for a sequel as well, not just a remaster. Now, one thing about this game that is kind of frustrating at first, but does get alleviated partway through this area at the very least, is that once you die once, you go into soul form, which is what I'm in now. And in soul form, you lose half of your health. And until you either defeat a greater demon, which are the bosses, or you use an item called Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, something like that, then you can't return to human form. So this first area can be rough depending on your stats, but one thing about this game for a lot of people who've played the rest of the series is that by comparison to a lot of other games in the series, since this one was, you know, their earliest game, I'm sure they were not yet great at mastering the balance between extremely challenging and ridiculously punishing. So this one leans a little bit more towards the easy side, most definitely. But that doesn't mean there aren't sections that are extremely difficult. And it also doesn't mean that this game is by any means worse because of that fact, because I think that a lot of fans of the series kind of don't like how it became kind of a meme for Bandai Namco to use as in its marketing so hard that it, oh, this is just such a hard game. It's such a hard game. And in actuality, every game in Soulsborne series, and Sekiro to an extent, although Sekiro's kind of a different beast, but specifically the Soulsborne games, it's not difficulty for difficulty's sake. It is challenge that can be very, very handily and swiftly overcome as long as you are patient, observant, and don't panic. Don't make snap decisions, and don't just react. Mind your gauges, mind the stock of items you have, mind your abilities, all that sorts of thing. But aside from that, this game is difficult, but it is most definitely not. That's definitely not its selling point to me, that it's difficult. The selling point to me has always been a world that has such deep meaning and very, very strong connections to our own world in its own way. It's almost like, to me, it's like the dark fantasy Japanese Lord of the Rings. That's basically what it feels like to me. And even the director Miyazaki said that, I think I've told this story before, but Miyazaki used to read Tolkien's work, but he didn't understand English that well. He understood English a little bit, but not that well. And so when he went to read English books, he didn't always understand all the words. So sometimes he'd just have to kind of use his best reasoning skills to figure out what it was trying to say. And he really enjoyed that feeling, because not only did the game itself, or the book itself, have really interesting... Oh, shit. Better eat some grass. Eat some grass. Eat some grass. God, I need a ranged weapon to get rid of that asshole. Oh, there's another one over there. I better get out of here. So, and I always thought that was really interesting that, you know, it's like, here's this book, and you really like it. You like the ideas and the emotions that it relates to you, but you don't fully understand it, so you don't fully understand why, and it leaves an element of mystery to it that makes you have to kind of dig into it and figure out for yourself why. And I think that is essentially, in a lot of ways, well, he's gone on record as saying that's kind of how he handled creating the stories for the Souls games. Was to kind of make it make sense in some ways, but for people to have to figure it out as well. Oh, I thought I was clear of that. Damn it. Oh, wait, no, don't throw a bomb. I meant to... There we go. Anyway, but yeah, and on top of that, Miyazaki is very well read because, as everybody knows, you know, he went from Souls, which was dark fantasy, to Bloodborne, which was Lovecraft-style cosmic horror, and he's often taken ideas that were very heavily, you know, created by other people, but tweaked them, and it's kind of a philosophy that is used by frictional games in the way that they design their games as well. Like, for example, in Amnesia: The Dark Descent, there is an area with a lot of fog. Vision is very tough, and it's hard to navigate, especially since there is an enemy in that area, and you definitely don't want to run into him. But there we go. I found it. But the idea... Oh, you son of a bitch. But the idea is actually that... yeah, I got it again! Oh man, I can't believe I'm pulling that off. I'm not good at shield parries, but apparently I'm doing alright today. Okay. Oh, you know, I should clear this bridge off at least. Oh, did I, No, I didn't get the ring yet. Okay. But anyway, to talk about the developers for Amnesia: The Dark Descent, they kind of were saying that the inspiration was from the Silent Hill games, where when you first arrive in Silent Hill, it's foggy, it's a big town, it's hard to find the way to go, it's easy to get lost, and even though it's a sort of, the area itself isn't really threatening, there is a ton of reason for you to be worried in the area, because there's monsters around and there's all kinds of things. I'm not ready for that enemy, by the way. He's really tough. But the one thing that they didn't like about it was that in Silent Hill, you have to kind of keep flipping back and forth from the screen to your map, from screen to map, screen to map. And so they didn't like having to do that because it kind of removed you for just a brief period of time from the tension of the situation. So what they did was they created a natural way in the environment that was a clue that would help you reach your destination if you were paying attention to the storyline up until that point. And it was brilliantly done because not many people actually figured that out. Me included. I really just kind of tried to keep myself to the wall and work my way around until I was comfortable enough. But that's actually the longer way because it's not just a square room. There's all kinds of side passages and little dead-end alleyways, and you know, it's a very large open area. Cut these down. I'll grab those in a second. Anyway, yeah, tell me about it, man. It's I don't hate Dark Souls 2, but I definitely agree it's the weakest of the series, and to be honest, I'm just thankful for how well they handled Dark Souls 3 and the fact that it turned out so much better. And when you look at From Software's work, it's almost kind of similar to, it's like they bring in the Chinese room for A Machine for Pigs, and kind of like Dark Souls 2, they bring in a different team than they had for Dark Souls 1, and the team for Dark Souls 1 is working on Bloodborne for the most part, and it's a funny little parallel to make, but and it's not exactly the same, of course, but it is kind of funny because you could very easily make that argument. It's that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Oh, and there's those bodies. Equipment. Although I'm not female, so I can't use the armor. One of them's armor, I think. Yeah. And this is the item I want. You know what? I have a grindstone. Why don't I just freaking say screw it and grind it out? All right, let's go. I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention to yeah, that's exactly what. I'm sorry, man. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. I been looking at a different. I have two different monitors, and I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, this is RPCSX3. The version that's running right now can play this game very stable. If, in fact, there's a really good guide. Tutorial to set up the settings for the emulator to get the game running well. If you've ever been to Vati Vidya's channel, you can check out his newest video and look in the link for the emulator, and there is a description on how to set up the CPU settings, the GPU settings, the audio settings. And as long as you follow that guide, you'll get everything looking pretty good. There is a patch on moddb.com that, and I was mentioning this early on about the God Rays. They are extremely strong in this game, and they should not be that goddamn strong. It's the mod is supposed to get rid of the God Rays and the depth of field, which does cause problems in this game through the emulator, but I haven't got it to work yet. I don't know if I just screwed something up, but I haven't honestly had too many times where that light has popped in, so I haven't noticed it as much. But yeah, if you follow those settings, you'll at least get it running to a point where it's running very stable.
Good
And
day to you. Care to look over my wares? Mostly stolen, but who's telling you?
oh, you know what? I actually I have some souls on me that I could use. Because this guy does not stay put for very long. Yeah, let me do that.
Go ahead, take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I did see that mod up at the top. I'll have to download that and check that out too. So like I said, I kind of jumped onto this right when it was first gaining steam, so I'm sure a lot of things were in the early stages of creation, and they might not have been as stable as they are now. But I should go back and check that out because honestly, I've just been stoked to be able to play this game again and have it look this good. I mean, it's not like a ginormous difference, but for a game that's over 10 years old, like, it looks pretty damn good. It looks really good. And only running at 30 FPS, and you gotta keep it at 720, but you can stretch it to 1080p or whatever. But yeah, and another great thing about it is that you really don't even have to have that powerful of a PC to really run this at least decent settings. At least looking as good as PS3. I mean, I wonder if those audio issues are actually being caused because I'm running my headphone speakers on a different... Okay. What is this block? Oh, it's only 90%. I'll go back to the... Is this a dex or... Yeah, that's dexterity. That's strength. Okay.
Thanks for that. Come back.
Okay. Let's go help Ostrava. See if I can do this right this time. Last time I missed and I fell onto the ground. I got him cleared, but... Ah, there we go. That works.
That was a bold jump. A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
Sure, whatever you say, buddy. Oh, I forgot that was here. Go ahead and wear that too, as a matter of fact. I forget there's no plunging attack in this game. Oh, jeez. No, not like this. Out of the way. Oh, jeez. Hey. That was close. No! Oh man, son of a bitch. I should have used my scimitar. That was not a good idea. Yeah, yeah, I've seen it run on like a uh, GTX 950 and 960. Um, so, I mean, mostly desktop stuff. So I don't know how well on laptop it would run, depending on. Although, I mean, if you have a more modern CPU, it might work fine. Oops. Get out of here. So, yeah, man, it's been so long since I've actually played Boletaria Palace until just recently. It's like, man, this place, it feels weird, and even though it's like doesn't feel that tough, it's like compared to the usual Dark Souls feeling, it's like the last game I finished in this is like, I guess in the franchise was Dark Souls Remastered, but before I heard about this, I was actually planning on doing a run of Daughters of Ash for Dark Souls Remastered, because they finally released that mod for the remastered version. So I was stoked to see that, and it works very well, looks really well, or good, excuse me. But yeah, that's another, quite possibly the most interesting mod that people have made for Souls games so far. I like mods that are more for fun, but Daughters of Ash like literally really brings sections of the lore together and adds aspects to fights and to enemies into areas that like not only make sense but work very well for people who know the series well. And like what really threw me off is when my thief's key broke. And I was like, what? No. Luckily, I had already opened the door to get down to Polite Town, but man, I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do now? My safety net key is gone. And you can buy another key, but I mean, it's like, oh lordy, what am I gonna do? Whoops. There we go. Man, I'm playing really sloppy right now. I don't know why. Just slow down, pump the brakes, So I was gonna ask, what's your favorite game in the series? And I'll just throw Bloodborne in there too and say including Bloodborne. There we go. That time it was easy peasy.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria. Accept this as a token of my gratitude.
Thank you, sir. It's actually pretty nice to have, too. Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, I still have to go with Dark Souls 1 as my favorite, so it's not a bad console to have. The only part that does suck is that no Dark Souls 3, but oh, there's the scimitar. Yeah, definitely. If you do have a chance to play the game and you can make the choice, I can vouch for the PC edition. It is extremely amazing. The modding scene is still really strong, and to be honest, I've never really modded it for any reason other than just visual effects or cosmetic kind of items or different textures and things like that. But man, just some of the things that people have made are incredible, and with the extra elements added in that game, like there's frost, which is a very unusual attribute, makes your endurance regenerate slower, and then all kinds of different, like instead of having power stance like in Dark Souls 2, they have weapons that just exist as either one-handed or two-handed. It comes in a set, so you can use it like a regular weapon, but when you press triangle to two-hand it, you just pull the second one out. God damn it, Ostrava, I'm not trying to hit you. Whee! I had that backstab in. Oh, nice. There we go. Yeah, man, I agree. The like I said, the atmosphere and in this game, like you said, that's a good way to put it. The mystery of what's actually going on. The only other game for me that was like that really was Bloodborne, and Dark Souls 1 definitely too. But in Dark Souls 2, you know right from the beginning the curse is probably at the center of everything, and kind of obviously it turns out, yeah, the curse is at the center of everything. But and not to say that diminishes the story at all, but with Demon Souls and with Bloodborne, with these games in particular, it's really, really unclear what exactly is going on. Why is everything like this? And the backstory, it does tell you some stuff, but it obviously doesn't tell you that. It tells you enough to let you know a few things that are important, but most definitely not enough to have a clear understanding. I keep getting these weird spikes, but I'm assuming that's just... I should have set the filtering to X8 instead of X16, I think. I'll have to go change that when I get done with this session. Or I might take a break, because I'm actually going to be in it probably for the long haul on this one today, guys. But, and by the long haul, I don't mean I'm going to finish it, but, I am going to at least try and work my way through to, finish a number of bosses from at least a couple different archstones, so... In fact, you know what? Let me change scimitar. There we go. I better do this just in case, too, because I hear a blue knight. I do not want to piss him off. Yeah, thanks, Predator. Appreciate it, man. I really wish that the servers for this were still online, man. I'd love to actually play co-op on this game with somebody, but I came to this game so late that by the time I got on it, nobody was really even playing at all anyway, but yeah, now the servers are gone for good, and it doesn't matter if there was any... Oh, whoops, I forgot about that move. But he forgot about that move. Oh, that was... I thought that hit. Oh, we both healed. Oh, he's just gonna keep going for power slashes? Oh, no, he's not. Oh my god! Oh, that was lucky. Huh. Oh, jeez. Damn, man. They always attack slower in this game than I think they are. That... Get out of here, motherfucker. You're pissing me off. There we go. Give me some half-moon grass. I feel better now. Oh, man. Where you got that sucks. So I heard the news, and I... Oh, you don't fall off. There we go. That dude lived. Holy hell. Oh, good work, man. Bolts. Oh, jeez. Man, that sucks. God, that sucks. That's almost like a personal freaking... That makes it almost personal in the way they do it. God, that sucks. And it's so freaking telling that... You know, there are games that they leave with the servers running when no one's using them for years at a time. And here they're turning off the servers for a game that people are actively on at the time of them shutting them down. It's just sad. But you know, it's crazy. I've heard from Miyazaki, you know, he actually, he doesn't like looking back at his old work, and I can kind of understand that as somebody who does a lot of artwork, and you know, because I mean I'm a tattooer, so I have that aspect going. But as somebody who has always been involved in art in some way, you do kind of feel self-conscious about a lot of stuff that you've made before. But when it's something as universally, loved as the Souls series, it's like, which once again, you're not there during the development process. You don't know exactly what it's like for the people who are actually having to deal with all that shit, but at the same time, it's like, wow, that's just sad. Like, especially since there are still people who draw so much from Demon Souls. Like, there's some people that still consider Demon Souls their favorite in the Soulsborne Sekiro fucking franchise, and it's crazy, but and I can understand why too. Like I said, this game's definitely not a low point for me. It beats out Dark Souls 2 by a mile, most definitely. And in a lot of areas, it beats out the other Souls games as well. But I hear you. I know where you're going, bastard. Come on, there you go. What the hell? He didn't breathe. Here he comes. Oh, I thought you were coming. Where are you? I know you want to come. Come on, man. Get over here. There you go. He's not gonna breathe. You pussy. Pussy-ass dragon bitch. What kind of dragon are you? And of course, now he's gonna come when I lose half my health, and I'm about to get fucking hit with halberds. Are you gonna spit? Come on, dude. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Now all we gotta do is just go bait him over here. Oh yeah, I did actually, Pred. I really like the base design. It looks really good, and I'm definitely interested on working on it. I forgot what kind of ideas you were talking about aside from what was initially there, but whatever you want to do, we can do it. Just, we... Okay, there we go. Now we're safe. But yeah, I like the foundation. We can definitely do a lot with it. Do you want to just keep it limited to Akuma, or do you want to add any other characters to it? That's, I guess, question number one. Ooh, man, this is a fucking... Whee! Boom! Well, he'd win the Olympics for, pole vaulting. By the way, you know what, fucking dumb shit Phil called that? He called that, he said that's the Roman phalanx, or, I mean, the Roman Spartans. The Roman Spartans. I've never heard that, I never heard of the Roman Spartans before. Where did they live? There's not really... Little firebomb bastard. Come on, asshole, what are you doing? There we go. Okay. And now's gonna be the time. Another mail breaker. I didn't know they'd drop mail breakers. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Oh man, he threw that quick. There we go. This is part of the Roman Spartans right here. Oh man. Okay, more characters. Okay, just like, either come up with a list and, you know, like, type it out for me, or just, mention it to me later in chat or something, and, I'll get, some stuff worked out for you, because Tony was so, he didn't really have very many specifics, so his is going to be pretty easy, but, there we go. These damn Roman Spartans, man. Granted, now he did say that in Dark Souls 1 when you're fighting the Roman Spartans in the painted world, so maybe in the painted world of Ariamis, that's where there's Roman Spartans, but the funniest things I've ever heard, though. Okay. I am going to repair my weapons. And probably... see, well, I can drop a few things off. Let me see. Oh, I need to give this to Stockpile Thomas. I guess, man, it's just regular sharpstone. Yeah, screw it. It's worth it. I'll get a decent amount of damage out of it. I might as well level up Falchion. I'm gonna probably end up using the falchion for a while until.
Well, good day to you. I can forge.
Oops. Yeah, it's 3. And 630 souls. Easy. Oh, you know what? Before that, he actually might have already left. I hope he didn't. I better check, though. That little thief dude, I want to see if he's still there, because I don't even have gloves. A helmet's one thing, but I really would at least like to grab a pair of hand armor before I go forward. Okay, I think that's... Anything else I need to buy for you? Don't have... Oh, I really want this. Do I have enough? I should have thought of that. Damn it. 100% block.
You come back.
Let me see if I have enough. Oh yeah, that should work.
I can forge.
Okay, there we go. And since you can't level up until you, pretty much until you beat this boss, because you can't get a stone of ephemeral eyes until after they open up the top layer of the Nexus.
Do come back.
And they don't do that until you beat the first boss and gain your human form back, so that there. I think I'll leave that as is.
I would be happy to lighten your load.
Oh, you know what? I think you have to beat the first boss before you can give him the comb. So, let's see here. I'm not going to be using that. I'll put one of those in there. Don't need that. The heater shield parries fairly well too, so fudge it. Not gonna wear those. Those or those. And that's it.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me.
Oh, I know, Thomas.
Best of luck to you.
You are a good fella.
Wait, where are you going?
Oh, sorry, man. I thought we were done. I like that how in this game they actually do have that, like, some are like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Just walk away in the middle of our conversation, dude. What's wrong? I thought we were buds. All right, let's go take care of Phalanx. Kind of sucks more turpentine didn't drop. That does make things a lot easier. It's always so nice when you go from a shield that only blocks percentage to full block, regardless of stability. I mean, stability is always nice, but just that feeling when you can just block attacks and You don't have to worry about damage. At least until you run out of stamina, then you're in trouble. I love that move set too with this with the curve swords in this game. That fucking wee wee wee. I mean, it's something like that in Dark Souls, but it just looks so smooth in this game. He looks like a smooth criminal. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else I want? I don't have magic, so no. That's not equipped. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, what's the other weapon? Oh, you know what? The Mailbreaker actually might be a better idea in this fight. Have a thrusting sword. Spear's good too, but this can actually pierce shields in strong attacks, so yeah, that'd be good. Oh, actually, it would be really cool to go with a straight Alpha 3 theme. Because I know that, like, when we play Street Fighter, it's like Predator, Street Fighter is Alpha. That's the one. Hey, Becky. There you go. I said Becky, just in case anybody was looking for a reason to hate me. That wasn't. Yeah, after this boss fight, I'm going to take a break and fix these settings, because obviously, with how many models are on screen right now, that resolution and, that rendering is starting to cause a problem, and I don't want it to get any worse, because I already played far enough to know, I shouldn't have pushed it before I started streaming, but I honestly thought that, Zed handled it fine, there were no problems, it'll be fine. Not like it's really that big a deal in this fight. This fight's not particularly tough, obviously, but... wait, hang on. There you are. Jump! Okay, now's when I can use this. Ooh. I'm always worried he's gonna screw up on me. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Firebomb! 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 There we go. Man, I'm doing a good job with the range on this. I'm keeping them from throwing and keeping it to thrusts for the most part. I better beat the boss and not go around picking up items before. Oh man, turpentine. It does run out pretty fast. Ah, come on. There you go. I did it again. I instinctually want to just grab the items. Okay. Oh, that was dumb. The killer's coming around the corner. Okay, we're pretty much done with this now. Are you actually gonna try and get off? You dumbass. I'm like, what am I doing? Put the friggin' two-handed. Okay, there we go. Praise the sun. So, to be honest, though, even though that fight's kind of easy, it is like, it's a great fight as like a tutorial boss, if you want to call it that, or a introductory boss, or just basically like kind of a. It's a great way to introduce you of the themes and the kind of the foreshadowing of things to come. The way that you'll have to think to be able to beat the bosses, because they are they're not just some big tough enemy, which, as you mentioned before, you know, Dark Souls 2, that was their idea of difficulty. A bunch of guys, or guys that are big and hit really hard, and it's like you look at Ornstein and Smo, you look at Artorias or Manus or Gwyn, or any of the iconic fights from Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, even King Alant, even the Flame Lurker, like or the Man Eaters, whatever. Those fights are, you know, no matter what you say about them, they require, you know, a strategy. They require you know, not to panic, for you to be able to think and keep moving, keep working. I love this freaking intro. Here we go.
Welcome back. The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Oh yeah, I'd be down too, but I'm not done yet, man. I meant I'm gonna take a break for just a minute and then come back to it, but I'm gonna can I at least want to run through either because the next area of Boletaria, it's not that bad.
I can forge weapons.
It's just annoying. Because that damn red dragon, it's a pain in the ass to deal with. But in the next few areas, there's like, it's at this point it's almost like pick your poison. But there's definitely some pros and cons to like each area that you can go to. You just definitely don't want to go to the whatever the swamp's called, and I forgot. Man, I'm drawing a blank. I'll look at it in a second, but.
You come back alive.
Okay. Let me level up
The
anyway.
monumental awaits the
Oh, that's right.
monumental.
She won't even let you level up until you. Oh wait, wrong stairs. Okay, so this is where you get your actual introduction to. Well, not actual introduction. This is where a little bit more about what's going on gets relayed to you, and it's actually pretty sad. It's like this game has such a underlying tone of like just sorrow in general. Like the whole game has this really really dark tone to it, which is, I mean, it makes sense considering the state of the world. That look at all of the monumentals, and pretty much all of them are dead. But here's
We
one of
have
them
long
alive.
awaited you, Slayer of Demons. I am one of the monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is something thou needest to know. Once, we too, a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under a benevolent rule, the world was united, owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to his slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and half the world lost, erased by the fog.
It was half the world.
In order to mend the fabric of what land still remained, we entrusted 6 elders with 6 precious archstones. One to the king of a small yet diligent land. One to the king of the burrowers underground. One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed at nodes across the earth. We contained the Old One inside this nexus and banned the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain.
There
Now
we
it
go.
is your turn. You must lull the Old One back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, the deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to accept this mission?
Absolutely.
Yes, we are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The Old One, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Like, this script was, or the plot was so well written, and it's simple, but it's so beautifully elegant in the way it comes together because, you know, it's like, okay, there we go. There's a stone of ephemeral eyes, but I'm already human now. But yeah, so it's beautifully poetic that you have the first. That was initially, like I described earlier on, that was the first scourge. This is an event that will become known as the second scourge, and a point where mankind basically oversteps his bounds and begins to take advantage of the powers that were granted to him. And like I said, no one knows why King Alant, who seemed like a benevolent ruler and good, kind king, no one knows why he would do this to his land. By the end of the game, it's one hell of a conclusion. Obviously, I won't say anything other than that. But yeah, man, this game is just brimming with freaking. Oh man, there's an item there, huh? I wonder how the hell you get to that. But we're down to just 2 viewers. Yeah, you know what? I might actually just call it there for the day. How long have I been going on this session? Oh, almost 2 hours. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to call it there. Especially since, what time is it? Yeah, it's almost 8.
Brave soul, who fears not death, prithee, lull the Old One back to its ancient
That was a
slumber.
solid introduction to this game, so yeah, that works really well. Those are pretty much online items, so that won't help.
What is it? Dost thou...
So yeah, I'm gonna level up and I'll call it a day. But yeah, man, it's a beautifully
So
written
be it.
story, and
After all, thou requirest strength.
the way it comes together
Go
is a
forth,
combination of
touch the
fantasy
demon inside me.
and cosmic horror
Let these
almost,
own
because
souls become thine own.
the way that the Old One comes across can very much be argued as kind of almost like a Lovecraftian sort of entity.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
There's a number of breakdowns that
Soul
look
of
at
the
it like
lost
that, but
withdrawn from its vessel.
okay, we're just gonna
Let
bump
strength be
magic up to
granted
10
so the
now,
world
so
might be mended. So the world might be mended.
I want my stamina to go up a little bit. Definitely want some more health. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now, and then I won't have to worry about vitality for a long time. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot about this. In this game, you can't.
Art thou done? Mean that?
That's right. I think you can't. There's like something that blocks the amount of times you can actually. Oh, wait. No, I was confusing how many souls I needed for how many souls I had. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Never mind. Um. Anywho, let me see. Inventory. I don't need to wear that ring anymore. And now I'll switch back to, now I'll go back to the spear. I have enough endurance now. I should be able to handle that fine. Yeah. I'm not going to leave that in an item slot. I don't have any magic yet, so I'll just go ahead and put. I guess I'll just put the grindstone back there and call it good. Oh, let me finish up stockpile Thomas's quest real quick.
What was that about, running off like that?
Sorry, dude.
Best of luck to you.
Come on.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings, rest assured. When the Scourge came, I abandoned my wife and daughter.
Oh, you have to
Fled
talk
like
to
a
him
madman.
first. That's right.
When I came to, I was in the Nexus. I haven't dared venture outside these walls since.
Oh, thanks,
I wish I
man.
could do more, but I am ignorant of the world beyond these walls. You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I've been planning this one since like I said, since I found that this was doable, and you know, it might not look like much, but after, you know, as someone who played the hell out of Demon Souls on PS3, this looks so goddamn good by comparison. But anyway, that'll do it for this session. Next session, I will most likely be delving much deeper in, and yeah, we'll see how things go as far as how far I actually end up making it. But yeah, it was definitely a successful amount of progress for one session. I'm happy with that. So, but next time I'm gonna try and push on a little bit more because it's a little unusual, but definitely worth the effort. Thanks for everyone who stopped in and checked out the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I will, as usual, I have no idea when I'll be back on. I actually did finally end up going to the doctor's today. I've been mentioning to you guys that, or yesterday, I had been mentioning to you guys I've been having some physical problems this time. I did have a doctor's appointment yesterday, and hopefully things start getting better now. See how it goes, but as usual, I can't really promise for sure on any date, but now that this is actually available and this is playable this way, I really do want to play this. So that is one thing working in my favor and the favor of anybody who wants to see me play this. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I will be on as soon as possible again to continue on with Demon Souls. But thanks for being here for session 1, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, peace out. Have a good one.